Hours after the Electoral College made his win official, President-elect Joe Biden unleashing a scathing attack against President Trump for trying to overturn the election.
The flame of democracy was lit in this nation a long time ago. And we now know nothing, not even a pandemic or an abuse of power, can extinguish that flame.
In a point-by-point takedown, Biden explaining why the president's claims of widespread fraud are false.
It's a position so extreme, we've never seen it before. A position that refused to respect the will of the people, refused to respect the rule of law, and refused to honor our Constitution.
According to an NBC News count, the Trump campaign and Republicans filed 56 legal challenges. 50 of those have been denied, dismissed, or withdrawn. So far, no court has found a single instance of election fraud. Biden stressing that he won 306 electoral votes, the same number Mr. Trump received in 2016, when he called that win a landslide.
Respecting the will of the people is at the heart of our democracy, even when we find those results hard to accept.
Earlier in the day, electors gathered in every state across the country to affirm Biden's victory in the Electoral College.
16 Electoral College votes on behalf of the state of Georgia for Joseph R. Biden.
All 38 votes for President Donald J. Trump for President of the United States of America.
And notably, Arizona electors cast their state's 11 electoral votes from an undisclosed location due to ongoing threats and security concerns. Overnight, Russian President Vladimir Putin finally acknowledging Biden's victory, congratulating him in a telegram, reportedly writing in part, "I am ready for interaction and contacts with you." On January 6th, Congress will officially count those electoral votes, with Biden expected to be sworn in as the 46th president 2 weeks later.
So, Kristen, the road ahead, I mean, is that it? Is there any other legal challenge the president can mount?
Well, look, Savannah, even if they file more legal briefs, this is effectively game over for President Trump, something that even some of his closest allies privately acknowledge. One of President Trump's top aides, Stephen Miller, has publicly said the president's supporters will send their own electors to Congress in January, but that won't change anything. First, there's no way to officially present an alternative slate of electors, and even if there were, it would take a vote of both the House and Senate to accept those votes, and that's not going to happen with Democrats in control of the House. And adding to all of this, Savannah, a growing number of Republican senators now acknowledge Biden will be the next president.
Starting this morning, states will seal the deal in a process to formally confirm Joe Biden's victory in the presidential race, as he is set to speak tonight to acknowledge the moment. Electors meeting to cast their ballots throughout the day across the country, most required to vote for the person who won their state's popular vote. Once that's locked in, Congress will officially count the electoral votes on January 6th, and even with a few Trump loyalists threatening to lodge a long-shot push to overturn the election results,
we still think that there is evidence that needs to be considered.
The chances of that happening are virtually non-existent. Still, the president's defiant, insisting he still has a chance despite his loss.
No, it's not over. We keep going, and we're going to continue to go forward. I worry about the country having an illegitimate president.
The country will not have an illegitimate leader when President-elect Biden takes office January 20th. President Trump's rhetoric ramping up as he gets closer to leaving office, with even some Republicans questioning his position.
Courts have resolved the disputes. It looks very much like the electors will vote for Joe Biden. America likes comebacks, but they don't like sore losers, and he is on the edge of looking like a sore loser and probably will look like it after January 6th.
President Trump's supporters undeterred, with some, including members of far-right extremist group the Proud Boys, rallying to support him this weekend in Washington. Clashes with counter-protesters turning violent. 4 people stabbed, according to police, and more than 30 people arrested.
As for the electoral vote process we're talking about, electors will mostly meet at their state's capitals, some of which are putting in place more security because of concerns about protests. But this doesn't happen all at the same time, so watch for the various votes in different states all throughout the day, Hoda.